3 a.m. It must be like 5 hours. What would that be? 8 hours from now or something silly. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, it should be on YouTube now anyway.
Mhm. Find out what sort of phone this actually is, I suppose.
Just remembering that you're going to be coming through on the YouTube as well.
Oh, I'll put it on mute.
Yep.
Set it to 1080 because this side screens don't go over that anyhow.
Yep. Alright. Oh.
Hear the other dog?
It's a bit of a... Let's go and unlock this watch point. This truck, even with 8 lock points on it, it's just... It's too good.
Yep. That's too much.
Nothing's faulty.
Yep.
Admittedly, it needs that 58,000 damage.
Oh, does it do a heap of it?
Yeah, well, it just goes so fast. Everything you touch, it's just doing damage.
Powerful.
Yeah.
Oh, look at it.
Oh, I'm going to tip it over. I've thrown it over. Oh, it hasn't lost its load. And it's rolled back onto its... It's near rolled back onto its wheels. That's funny, it doesn't lose its load when you tip it over.
Yeah, I'm watching it.
I don't know how I'm going to be able to rescue this. I'm going to have to jump to that other thing.
You can't start it back up.
Where is it? Oh, it's lid.
So this isn't the articulating thing.
No. No, this thing's immense compared to the articulated thing. Like, the articulated thing was good, it just wasn't, like... It was just the same size as that big thing I had last night.
Yep.
So...
Oh, you have. You've tipped it on its side. Donk!
But see how it near rolled back onto its wheels?
It nearly did, except if that tree hadn't have been there, it would have done.
Would've done.
Hello.
Anyway,
Hello?
Hello. I didn't even get kicked back in.
No, we hopped off. Virgo was having a rest and I've got to do a bit of work on a phone.
All good, all good.
yeah, I might go and jump channels while I stream this.
Oh, you don't want to. You want it to be silent.
Oh, no, not necessarily, but if you guys want to have a yak and start playing something different.
Oh no, I'm gonna fix this phone.
Oh, fair enough. I'm just streaming it to YouTube, me game, like that.
Oh yeah. I wonder how Red Dead Online's doing. I haven't really heard much about it.
Don't know.
I feel like it's never gonna do as well as GTA, because I feel like Rockstar don't quite get that people like GTA because it's like real life, like in terms of a modern setting and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So they keep selling like, well, one of the DLCs a little while ago was that huge stunt pack where you could make like huge loop-de-loops and stuff. And I was like, oh yeah. But they're not really taking advantage of what they put a lot of work into in the first place, which is like all the scenery and the pedestrian AI and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't get into it much.
Oh, it's just like they created this like cool playground. It's just that it's really hard to interact with. Like whenever you're on foot in the game, it's really clunky. Like the movement and climbing and stuff. Like if you could get like a skateboard and just like grind any of the edges in the game, that would just make every single surface in the game suddenly more interesting again. Like you'd take a new look at all the
In
all the
Red Dead.
areas. No, in GTA.
Oh right, yeah.
I'm saying for Red Dead, like, and that's the other thing with Red Dead. You kind of like in this they started selling jetpacks and like jet bikes that fly through the sky. In Red Dead, what are you going to sell? Like a jet horse? Like, doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. It's set in old-fashioned.
Yeah. Well, and then the other thing I was going to say is that it's been what, like 7 years or something? How long GTA 5's been out? And you still can't start a game. You still can't start a friend or invite-only session from the main menu. You have to load into single player. And you can't swap characters without it booting you to a random online game. Which takes ages to load because it's peer-to-peer and it can just randomly try and connect you with a game in Russia. They're kind of like Nintendo. They're like really behind the times on like online stuff. So what's your mission in Mud Runner?
Oh, just trying to deliver a monster load of logs. I'm just playing around with some of the modded trucks.
Sure.
Some of them are just...
Is there any cargo besides logs and like a fuel truck?
Yeah, so this particular one you can actually get a platform and put other really big trucks on it.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So it's
In Mud Runner 2, was I telling you about Mud Runner? No, you didn't come back in time last night, Zach. Mud Runner 2's been announced.
Oh yeah?
oh really?
Yeah. So there's meant to be. Trying to find the right screwdriver, really. There's meant to be different things you can carry.
Oh, that'd be alright.
Have like different sort of like weightings on them. So
Yeah, and the track deformation's meant to be more, like chopping out tracks and stuff,
Oh yeah.
Okay.
which is cool.
Wonder if they'd have like that rally where you can set the degradation before you go in. So like you can set it so that there's been a couple of trucks have already gouged the way through.
Yeah, and I'm hoping it is, across multiplayer, so if I drive through and it wrecks
Oh,
the
it's
track
got-
for Zach.
Does it not currently?
No,
I don't think so. Nah, the
Okay.
track degradation's not really
It's
huge, though.
no, it's true.
Oh, really? Well, you can tip this truck over fairly easy. That's a little disappointing. Might try a different one.
Tipping over too easy.
Oh, it's good fun. It's an amazing truck. It's just, yeah, I was trying to drive it up a rock you'll see in a minute if you have a look.
Oh yeah, I can see where you're trying to drive it. You're being silly with it.
Absolutely.
Here. Where is it?
What's it?
Hello?
Hello?
Yep, you just dropped out there.
I was saying, what sort of phone surgery are you doing?
Oh, Jess brought up an iPhone 6 home of a friend's that's destroyed on the front. So I've got to change the screen in it. But the screens don't come with any of the prox. Have you ever done one?
No.
You got to take over like the proximity sensor, the front camera, earpiece, touch button,
Jesus.
and some of the subframe of the display across to the new display. And then she wants a new battery put in it too, so I got to heat it up and get the battery out of the thing
Oh, yeah.
because it's stuck.
What were you trying to do with that rock? I went back and watched.
I was just seeing if it'd climb up it. Turns
Oh,
out.
yeah, I guess I got more than I expected.
Yeah.
I saw, bouncing back to you guys, I saw a really interesting video, I might have mentioned it in the past, about this guy who's like living in China. And he's like a electrician or of sorts. And he wanted to see what it would take to make an iPhone from not, like from scratch, but basically buying the spare parts from their crazy markets in China.
Yep.
And it turned out to be pretty hard. I think he spent like $1,000 US on it, which is like 200 more than they were fresh. It was like iPhone 6, I think.
Yep.
But yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty
Oh,
crazy,
yeah.
like just and that the Chinese people doing it must do it without it, like below that cost, obviously. Like otherwise they wouldn't be making any money. He also added a headphone jack to his iPhone 7 or whatever they. That was pretty crazy as well. He broke like
Really?
2 screens trying to fit it all back together without the like thing he added, like pressing the screen too much.
Yeah, they're so fragile, and everything in here is like
So
the
packed
screws
in.
are like breadcrumb size.
Yeah.
They're not fun to work on. That screw. I'm just following jerry rig videos. Like the process is not hard to follow, but it's
Hard to execute.
yeah.
This thing's not bad. Crazy. This red thing. So far.
Your Western Star.
It's a bit disconcerting when you load up your stream. It's just your profile picture really enlarged.
Yeah.
So
Your
I
awful
think
head.
The only way that wound up there was maybe it's my Google profile
Yeah, yeah.
Google account profile photo or something.
So what are we watching here?
Oh, I'm just setting this truck up. Probably is all we're going to see at the moment. Should be enough. No, no. Heading off at the
Yeah,
moment. I'm
yeah,
going
you're
to
heading
fuel
off.
and then logs.
Sure. Do trucks like this actually have like that sort of fuel consumption gauge? Yeah, no. Oh yeah, definitely. I was just wondering.
What's that, like a litres per 100?
Liters per minute.
I think newer ones that have your litres per 100 in them, like basic ones.
True.
Like cars do.
I hate when you put the fuel in a truck. Some of the ones on this game are meant to use 30 litres a minute.
Yeah, expensive. Want to be good logs.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll be back in 5. I've got to go and get a hairdryer and heat this phone up.
Uh,
Righto.
Back.
do some people play this like cockpit only? That'd be hard as hell.
Oh, it's terrible. And it looks terrible.
Oh really? Okay. Yeah, yeah.
That's actually pretty cool looking, right?
They don't even try and do a dash. It's just like
No.
the HUD slapped on the dash.
Horrible.
And you got arms of the leg to me there as well.
Yeah, I don't even know where I'm going. Where am I trying to go here?
They simulate like mud drying onto your tires, like so they become.
Probably try to. I don't know. I don't think so. You can wash it
No.
off.
Oh, I see it. Oh, they definitely got clumped on because I'm seeing you driving up hard ground now, and it's like throwing off clumps of mud.
Yeah. I
Caked
just
on.
went through a river and it's washed all the wheels nice and clean.
Yeah, yeah, that's the other thing I was thinking of.
I'll definitely be getting the next one.
Oh shit! Forward in the river. Oh, 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 that's not too bad.
Back.
Oh, tarmac luxury. That GPS is interesting. It's not.
Yeah.
Doesn't know about the roads, but it's kind of like recalculating all the bumps and everything.
Yep. Yeah, and it's handy too. You can be lost without it. Even if it's a bit of a funny setup.
Oof. No,
I've got a load of logs on this Western Star Gracie.
Yeah, I can see it. What is it, 4 points?
Yep.
another another river crossing coming up?
What are you doing?
I'm just trying to get to this watch point. I thought I'd be able to drive through the trees, and I've got myself properly snookered about 5
There was
feet
a road
short,
just there.
about 5 feet short of the watch point. you wait till you have a look out. That's so dumb. Now I wanted to go and get the watch point, so you've got to sort of pick your way through the bush a bit. Now where have we got to go? Back out here. Gracie,
Do you
wanna
reverse
watch
that and go to the
thing
right of the
monster
tree?
through those trees.
Oh no, there's a
Hey?
tree behind you. Oh no. If Austin powers the shit out of this. Just flex on the tree a bit.
This is a monster truck. It's incredible. Where's the lumber mill?
You back?
Well, that truck is pretty good. That's definitely a winner, that one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's this? Oh. 5-axle 6-wheel steer. What a weapon.
I'll wait till I see it on stream, I suppose.
And it steers fast, it's ridiculous.
Need a knife or something.
So look at this, it's got 6 wheels at the front, all of which steer quickly, and then 2 lots of jewels at the back. A wild bit of a
Oh, Jesus, look at it.
and they've been lazy and only given it 1 key. It's got forwards. But it's pretty quick, it all seems to me. Oh no! You can put it in 1+. I just worked out it's ridiculous.
No good?
It takes off too fast. You have a watch in a sec, it's too quick. I don't know what to go with that is.
I'm waiting for it.
Oh, it's too stupid. Have I got the logs on yet?
Nah.
Alright, wait till I put some logs on, and then get it into 1+. It's stupid. It's too much. Here you go, watch him now. That's silly.
Oh,
Is this
Oh.
like a completely custom designed car or something?
Yeah, it's a modded one.
Yeah, I'd say. Oh, it actually shows your fuel sloshing around you too.
yeah.
Did you see me get that into 1+, Gracie?
Yeah.
That was foolish. I'm gonna throw it on my way.
You basically took damage every little bit while you're in that mode.
Oh, jeez, is it quick?
Let me get it out on the road. Yeah, it's fast.
I'll be back again.
Someone's misused this game engine to make this vehicle.
100 liters per minute.
Oh, crikey. It's too much. Oh, oh dear, it's lost its way. some of these mods crash the game completely. That
Sure.
hasn't though, so that's good. Six-wheel drive. Gracie will be interested in this. Six-wheel drive, four-wheel steer. No, what is it? It's, no, 12-wheel drive. 12-wheel drive, 8-wheel steer or something. Wow,
Jeez.
what a machine. Oh wow, what was that? What was that? Oh, that was incredible. If you're still on channel, Gracie, you want to watch that? That was quite the thing. Just see that thing just bug out.
Yeah.
That's the trouble with modded vehicles. They don't always work. They don't know. Not always very usable.
Yeah.
Watch this one. This Maz 907. This thing will probably spaz out the moment I launch. The moment I start the game. No, 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 no.
Freaking hell, that battery was hard to get out.
You missed one of the most amazing things.
Oh, look at that truck.
You missed
Put
the
timber-
last one, Gracie. I put that I
Put
put all the
timber
logs
truck
on
on.
that thing, and it just threw itself into the hills.
Did a
Ah.
front flip.
Yeah.
You should have put the timber truck on that thing, Zach.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on?
Oh, working on this phone.
Not selling another dodgy bloody bit of hardware, eh?
Nah. Just doing hopefully attempting a repair. Well, I'm definitely attempting.
Hopefully completing it.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this thing?
It's too big. I don't think I'm ever going to hit it at the fuel station.
It's too
Oh,
long.
how much timber does it take?
All of it
A lot.
The whole
takes
lot.
to the forest. It looks a little bit like
Platform on
or like the front of it looks a little bit like those Antarctic.
It's actually not as bad to navigate. I think it steers from the back as well, but it's still.
The timing was when you said that you ran into that tree.
Yeah.
one, is it?
Yeah, just kind of tipped over. The underside of it. No, no.
It doesn't want to be thrown away.
It's thrown on this try something else. I've grown bored of that one pretty quick. Near certain this thing crashes the game, but I'll chuck it on anyway, just to see whether it'll still do it. Ah, it did.
Crashed it.
Game ruined. Come on, what are you doing? There we go. There's a few modded vehicles that have got tracks.
Mhm.
For some reason, every single one of them's crashed the game so far, which is pretty disappointing.
Do
Maybe
they
they
need like a supporting file or something?
I don't know. They're just.
I mean, are there tracks in the game normally?
I don't think so. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe yeah, you might be right.
Maybe they're third parties.
Yeah. This was that thing that I was saying was pretty good, Gracie. It's the articulated thing.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to catch up.
Yep. Something in my system's going having a fit at the moment. It's doing that. No.
going on?
Waiting for a mate.
The old Siege team's not getting much of a filling.
No, I think it's as long as Gracie's still in, there's 4 of us and
Surely Knox will be in.
yeah, is he on?
How are you, Jack?
I'm alright, thanks.
I'm streaming a run of trucks.
Yeah, I'll tune in. Better than the garbage GIF that I just watched of a Siege player finding himself in a Minecraft world, which annoyed me. I better just check who posted it first.
Missing a lot of moments, except I think you'll enjoy it.
Don't spoil it for me. I've followed you that many times. I don't know why your stream doesn't come up as a recommended one if you're live already. Instead, it gives me some bimbo playing a game she's useless at.
Yeah, I
But
think
because
YouTube.
she-
But
Because
she's
she's
better
got
pretty
long
bad
hair.
about.
looking than me, though.
Yeah, but
Oh,
she
he's on
doesn't drive the
YouTube.
truck. No, I'm not. Oh, you're
No.
streaming to YouTube.
He's
Yeah.
putting it on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Oh.
But I was about to say, I think YouTube's pretty bad about promoting its streams, but I don't know if that works with friends as well.
Well, this will be... No, it is. You're at the top of my list for live. So I've got... There's 9 channels that I follow or subscribe to on YouTube that are live. And yours is at the top. I just assumed you're a Twitch, sorry. Obviously, you get better revenue through YouTube.
Must be what it is.
Oh, I love this truck.
It's articulated, Jack.
It's got a proper knuckle. Oh, when you get a chance, can you do like a side view and then zoom in as you turn a corner?
Alright, okay.
Oh, the wheels stick out past the side of the truck as well.
Oh no, I don't know how it gets drive through there.
You know how I was telling you about that bike that had the main bearing go today?
Yeah.
Well, what I couldn't be bothered saying in text is only one more sentence, basically. But that's the second time it's happened. The first time he had it fixed under warranty.
Oh, it's that fella.
That's that same fella. And I don't know if you guys are seeing the YouTube. Oh, look at that, Zach.
You're happy about that,
Oh,
aren't you?
wow. Geez, that would put some force on that pin. Going over some of the... Yeah, I don't know if you watched much of that cross-training enduro guy, but he's covered a heap of them that have all had the same bearing issue. What happens is, apparently the cage that holds the ball bearings in, you know, the little, like, I can't remember what it's called, it's got a proper name. But you got the big outer ring, you got the inner ring, and then between that is the balls, but then there's a cage that holds them in. That fails on the same side every time on this particular NTN bearing. And they've saved like 4 cents instead of going over a Timken or whatever NSK or whatever the good bearing companies are.
Hmm. On an expensive bike.
Yeah, 15 grand he paid for it. And Beta Australia haven't released any sort of press at all. They've just said that they'll review case by case if the problem exists. Was their exact email.
If.
Yeah. And Beta USA have put out a press release and said this is not an official press release. As far as we know, it's possible it's only affecting 5% of all sales on that model, so it's not significant enough for us to warrant a recall.
Yeah.
So
It'd be
there's-
better off recalling it now before they all go bust.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like he got 90 hours out of his first case, his first engine, and they've fixed it, or supposedly fixed it, and it's just done it at 30 hours.
Yeah.
And the thing he's annoyed about with it happening a second time is the reason they've given in Europe and other places is that it was a like a quality control slash like what's the word, like just an assembly error, that they weren't pressing the bearings in properly. But like it's been done in 2 different continents now, and the same problem persists. So I watched a video on it today, and this guy he's over your way, does like enduro tours and stuff. He says that like although you can find something wrong with all the brands, usually like if there's a bit of a stir on social media, they'll release a bulletin like straight away, even if it's just like 2 or 3 lines long. I'll say, oh, the issue has been brought to our attention, we're looking into it further.
Yeah.
But the Italians no care.
No care.
So trust the old CRF had to trundle its way home on its own.
Oh. It's a shame you couldn't tell him, man.
Nah, I wasn't interested in telling someone. He actually took his bike on the back of his car anyway. He's got one of those bike rack things.
Yeah. So it was only the 2 of yous out there.
Nah, there was 3 of us in the end.
What happened to the other?
Oh, he stayed with the guy that broke down because he trailered as well.
Stayed out here while Jackal dogged him and went for a ride.
I did exactly what I did. I told him one of the agreements, the only reason I could go today was because they said we could ride early because Tiff had to work this afternoon. So once, like, what am I going to do? Stand there and hold his hand while he cries about his broken bike?
Yeah, after you told him not to get
He's put in. We've got a group chat, and he says, he's like, oh, if anyone sees a 1994 XR 250 for sale,
He'll have it.
I'll have it. Get stuff this. I'm going back to my roots.
Yeah.
So I linked him a CRF that's for sale.
Ah.
Dog. Mine will blow up next week now.
Oh.
No, me too. Even if it does, it's not 15 grand down the drain.
That's cool.
Part of the way I came back was through a mountain bike path called the Mundabidi Trail, and I came across these mountain bikers, and then I stopped on the track because I could see them up ahead, and it was nothing but puddles the whole way, and I could see myself flying through there and showering them with water. Anyway, I let them. They waved me through eventually once they heard me coming, and I actually stopped and had a chat. And the woman of the couple that had been riding through this track had just dropped